So, X means yes, O means no. This is a fundamental thing about the PlayStation. Like, a lot of the time, X means yes, O means no. This is like fundamentally the language of the PlayStation controller. Only thing is, in Japan, the rules are inverted. X means no, O means yes. Yes, please joke ad nauseum about this. So with the PS5 era, that got flipped, right? It got homogenized. So now Japan has to obey the rest of the world's rules. The rest of the world didn't have to switch over to Japanese logic. Japan had to switch over to our logic. And that's just like a thing. That's just like a thing that never pops into your brain until you hear about it, and then, yeah, of course that would be the case. Like, individual regions have their own various rules and their own gimmicks and their own things. But as culture homogenizes or dehomogenizes, there are gonna be changes to the standard rules. And corporations prefer keeping things very simple and very homogenized, even though when those things just are retarded. But fundamentally, if someone wants to get rid of the headphone jack and like slightly less people don't want to get rid of the headphone jack will be removed. Even though it is useless, I admit, a lot of the time the headphone jack is useless. I admit it. There, I admitted it. Because, now I'm at, like, decent wireless headsets, whatever. A lot of the time, the headphone jack is useless. But if someone decides to disappear, it would just annoy me to no end. It is a thing that just annoys you when you realize that they're removing a very, very, very basic and important UI feature. Same thing with laptops. Except with laptops, it makes sense to be upset because you have all these things that you want to link to the laptop that are important to you. And a stupid dongle just looks ugly, And laptops, they're just, why are they thin? There's no reason for them to be thin. Like, you need more volume to get more power efficiency out of them. But it's something that the advertising people just want there to be, Like, seriously. And what about CD drives? Like, you don't even really have the option of adding a CD drive on a lot of these newer laptops. So, like, just thinking about how homogeneity that just screws people sometimes, it's just a thing. We gotta remember every now and then, so we can bitch at corporations to not do those types of things. Like, what realistically is the coding benefit or detriment to having an X and O flip? Like seriously. Like, why are PS4 controllers not compatible with PS5s? Why are PS5 controllers not compatible with PS4s? The whole point of those controllers, of having a PlayStation, is so that you can use your controller instead of using the schizophrenic Xbox controller. If PlayStation keeps messing up, right? If it keeps messing up and the Xbox becomes just another PC, and the Xbox controller just becomes remains very popular, will PlayStation just shift the shape of its controller so that it resembles an Xbox controller, or shift its symbols to match the Xbox controller? Something so simple that could have been just. It's like a tiny bit of programming, I feel, that should be allotted for. And yet, it's for some reason, it's a thing. Like, Japanese game. And now, if you adapt a Japanese game to automatically be like the past, the new guys are not going to be used to the old controller scheme. So So do you add a different controller scheme as an option right at the start? Or it creates so many problems, yet just seriously, it's the littlest, tiniest adjustment in something so fundamental just makes you think about it for like hours on end. And it kind of bugs you, doesn't it? So I'm not Japanese, but it's a thing inside your brain. And why the hell is it so hard for a PS5 controller to just communicate properly with my machine? And why the hell does AG Audio always mess up my OBS or whatever? It's very annoying. Lots of these things are just things that just annoy you. So yeah, so that's like just me talking about the PS5 controller for a couple of minutes. Bye.